I'm Gillian Fyfe, Head of Digital with Alzheimer Scotland. Today I would like to tell you a little bit about Adam, which is a new product that Alzheimer Scotland launched last week. It was Alzheimer Scotland's 40th celebration last week, celebrating 40 years of supporting people living with dementia, their families, carers and their community. And part of that celebration was about the innovation that's happened in those 40 years. We looked at things like dementia advisors, like post-diagnostic support, like our 24-hour helpline, and then we moved on to looking at some of the digital supports that we've developed. Last week, we launched 3 new products and we launched an appeal for our virtual resource centre. The new products that were launched last week were an Alzheimer Scotland app, which can be downloaded to your mobile phone and can be used to keep information handy that you might need day to day. The links that I'm showing you on the website will be shared with you after the presentation. The second product that we launched was Purple Alert. Some of you may already know about Purple Alert, which is our app which helps find people with dementia if they go missing. We encourage people living in the community to download the app to help become the eyes and ears if something happens, and families can raise an alert if someone that they care for goes missing. Recently, Purple Alert reached a milestone of having 10,000 downloads, and we decided it was time for a major design and functionality upgrade. So we've added new features which will help tailor content to you depending on where you live in Scotland and how you use the app. Both of these apps can be downloaded from the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. But the one that I want to talk to you about for the rest of this session is Adam, which is about digital and me. And Adam is a platform which helps you find the right pieces of technology at the right time. You can find Adam at meetadam.co.uk. And once again, that link will be shared with you after my presentation. Alzheimer Scotland have been working on Adam for about 9 months. It's been co-designed every step of the way by families living with dementia and by other practitioners who work in the dementia and health and social care sector. It was developed in response to a need. People told us that they struggled to find the right time, the right piece of equipment. They didn't have the time to look for the right thing. They worried about making the wrong choice, not being able to go back and change it, only having one chance to get it right. And they worried about maybe being misguided by people who were trying to make a sale in a pressured environment. So we decided that there was a need to put together a trusted resource that people could go to and find the right thing at the right time for them based on their own particular circumstances. The development of Adam has been supported by the Technology Enabled Care programme from Scottish Government, and we've worked with a developer called Lumira Health to bring this vision to life. There's 2 different ways that you can use Adam. You can browse the product catalogue, and if you can see my mouse there, I can just click on the browse icon. And you can see that there are lots of different products here that you can have a look through. And for each of those products, you can find out more. And you can find some more pictures of the product, and you can find out a bit more about it and why you might find it useful. We also give you some information about how easy it is to use, how long it might take to set up, and the cost and where you might go to purchase it. I'm going to go back now because I would like to show you the main way that we hope you will use Adam, and that's by having a conversation with Adam. If you tell Adam a little bit about yourself and the things that are important to you, then Adam will make some tailored recommendations for you about products that we think you might find useful. I'm going to click on the Get Your Recommendations button up in the top right here, and I'll show you how we do that. So first of all, you'll see on the left-hand side here, we've got several categories. The first one is a little bit about you so that we can find out some kind of baseline information that helps us to determine which products might be useful for you. And Adam also introduces themselves to you. And you'll see there that if you could hear them speak, they might have a Glaswegian accent, even though they've spent a lot of time in Edinburgh. And they're also a dog lover. So we go to next. And then it explains that it just wants to build up a little bit of a picture of who you are and what kind of things that you're interested in so that Adam can help you. So I'm going to click on Let's Get Started. So first of all, we would like to know what perspective you're filling the questionnaire in from. So are you someone who's living with dementia? Are you living with someone who has dementia and you're filling it in together? Are you filling it in with a family member of a friend who's living with dementia that doesn't live with you? Or are you filling this in for someone who has dementia that you support in a professional capacity? So I'm going to fill this in from the perspective of someone living with dementia. And I'm going to click Continue. And then we ask a little bit about where you live, because that helps us to make some recommendations as well. So I'm going to say that I live with a partner or family, and Continue. And then just to get a feel of how much support you normally have. So I'm going to click that I sometimes have support, and Continue again. And there are some things just about your environment. So if you have Wi-Fi, if you have a telecare management system, or telecare or a care management system, or if you have other technology that you use to support your health. So I'm going to say that I don't have Wi-Fi, but I would consider getting it. And I'm going to click Continue. And then we ask a little bit about how you keep in touch with people, particularly using a mobile phone. So I'm going to say that I have a mobile phone and I do have a phone that can use some apps. And you can see the little progress bar along the top here lets you know how far along this section you're getting. And then we're just asking about your views on technology in this one. So I'm going to say that I'm not sure about technology, but I would quite like to know some more. And I'll Continue again. And I'm going to say in this one that I am okay with everyday technologies. And I'm going to say that I would like to do as much as I can by myself. And then we ask a few questions about who's round about you who might be able to help you. So the first one asks if there's someone who lives with you who's confident with everyday technology. So I'm going to say yes to that one. And is there anyone else close to me who's confident with technology but doesn't live with me? So I'm going to say I don't know. And is there someone who can help with setting things up and keeping things working? So I'm going to say yes to that one as well. And then we like to know a little bit about some of the challenges some things that you're finding a little bit more difficult. And again, that's just so that we can tailor our recommendations for you at the end of the session. So I'm going to say that I want some help with misplacing objects. I would like some help to remember things. And I would like to simplify my environment. And I'll Continue there. So that's me. I've completed the first section, the About Me section. And I'm going to go on and complete one of the other sections so that I can show you how you get the recommendations from Adam. So I'll click Continue. And I am going to choose that I would like to have a safe and happy home. And I'm going to fill in that section. You can fill them in any order, so you can choose the ones that are most important to you first. So I'm going to now go to Let's Get Started. And I'm going to say that things could be better if I had help with using all of my house and my garden and outdoor space, and reassuring my family that it's safe for me to live alone. In fact, I said I lived with someone, so I'm going to say making sure my home is safe and secure to be if I am alone. And I'll Continue. And has anything happened that's caused me to worry about home security? So nothing in particular, just feeling a bit uneasy, maybe lost a bit of confidence. So I'll click this one and continue. And has anything happened that's made me think I might come to harm? Okay, so perhaps I've had an accident at home. I'm going to click continue here. And what are some of the main security challenges for me at home? So this is where we ask about things like answering the front door or getting unwanted telephone calls. So I'm going to say that I have a challenge seeing who's at the front door and knowing if it's safe to answer. And this is about identifying any other risks that I have at home. So I'm going to say that I don't always remember to switch things on and off, and having lights where I need them and coming on at the right time. And I'm a bit worried about falling and getting hurt. Okay, so I'm going to click continue for that one, and that should bring me to the end of that section. So I'm going to say that I would like to finish now. If I wanted to get better results, I could go on and fill in more sections, but I'll click finish now so that you can see my recommendations from those answers. Okay, so Adam has 6 recommendations for me. And what happens now is that Adam matches what we've answered in the questionnaire to some of these products and some of the functions of the products. So I said that seeing who's at the front door and knowing if it's safe to answer was something that concerned me. And so Adam has recommended this video doorbell that lets me have a look to see who's at the door and potentially speak to them before I decide to open it. As with the product catalogue, I can go in and browse, so I can click find out more. And I can see some more images of the product. I can find out a bit more about it. I can find out about some of the other things that it does. We've got a section that says good to know, which are some of the things that you might not realise instantly by looking at the packaging or looking at a description of the product. And then we've got a guide of how easy to use, how long it takes to set up, and the price. And if I go back, I can go and look at some of my other recommendations. And there's the next one down is a plug that can be controlled from an app or a mobile phone or a tablet that would help me remember to switch. It would help me be able to switch things off from other places if I'd forgotten. So for example, if I'd gone out without switching things off, I could use my mobile phone. And also if it's somewhere that the plug is hard to reach. And then we've got some options for some lights that can be controlled by voice or by an app, or can be set to come on and off based on temperature or a motion sensor. And we've got an indoor security camera. And then this hub, which joins a lot of these smart home products together. And we've got a watch here that would allow us to keep in touch with friends and family. So this one automatically can connect to your emergency contacts if a fall is detected. So that's the recommendations that Adam has for me. This is our first iteration of Adam. So very soon you'll be able to log into Adam, create an account for yourself. So you'll be able to save these recommendations, and you'll also be able to share them with a friend or family, someone who might even help you set these things up. We're really keen to know what you think of Adam. And there's a survey on the front page. If I just exit this, and if I scroll down to the bottom of the front page, we would love to hear your thoughts on Adam. So there's an opportunity for you to leave us some feedback. And also, just finally, before we finish, I just want to point out that all of these products, which are on the Adam catalogue, have been tested by people living with experience of dementia. So nothing makes it onto the catalogue without having been used by families in a real life situation. Thank you very much.